when I say you don't even get how extraordinary this opportunity is, there's some reasons why I've said that 4 or 5 times this weekend to people who really are pretty dedicated, came from all over the world and no notice right during the holidays, everything. But I still believe that. Because, like here in the States, it's the playoffs time for the football teams. There's going to be a game today. It's taking place in 1-degree weather. He's a fan from one of the teams there. It's going to be a 15 or 20 below wind chill factor. And all over America, there's going to be people that put on their sweaters and their hoodies and their sweatshirts, and they make their hot chocolate, and then they're going to sit on their sofa, and they're going to watch the game. Say, I can't believe he missed that pass. Well, how could he drop that ball? I could have caught that ball. They're all the armchair quarterbacks who have no idea what it's like to be in 20-degree wind chill weather with bare hands trying to catch a football thrown at 80 miles an hour or whatever it is, right? Just like, in my day it was ER was the medical show, and then it was Grey's Anatomy. Well, I don't know what's the current medical show?
Chicago Med.
What is it called?
Code Black.
Code Black.
Code Black. All right. I've never seen Code Black. I've never heard of it, but I can guarantee you, everybody in America who watches it every week thinks they know how to do open heart surgery. Because they, oh yeah, stop. It's time to intubate them. They cut the neck. They put they watch all this and they hear all the medical jargon, and so everybody thinks they know open heart surgery. People look at network marketing. They look at FuXion. They look at this opportunity we have, and they say, "Oh, I get it. It's pre-launch in the United States, and it's early." No, you don't get it, because the most magical question in our business is always, how early do you want to be? Right? We want to be at the launch. If you could be better than the launch, if you could be in the pre-launch, with the earlier there, how early do you want to be? But of course, with that earliness increases the degree of risk. Because there is that 80% of companies that don't make it to 2 years old. And the 80% of the 80% that don't make it to 5 years old. There has never. So if you go back to 1956, what the guys in Michigan did, which kind of morphed into Amway in 1959, and Dr. Shackley with the Shackley Corporation, and everything that's transpired in half a century plus since then. Everything that's happened in network marketing, all the companies that have come, and the launches, and the markets that have been opened, and the leadership teams that have been assembled, there's never been a perfect storm like what is happening right now with FuXion, where you have a leadership team with decades of proven results, of which you've seen 8 or 9 across this stage this weekend, and others who are bubbling up, and others who joined during the weekend. I got to tell you, there's like 5 people who joined this weekend that are of the caliber of the people you see on the stage here that have said, wow, there is something special here. So but great leadership teams have been put together before. But to put together that leadership team and have it in pre-launch for a market the size of the United States of America, 300 million plus people, and right behind, just a step away, the Dominican Republic, Spain, which is the pathway into the EU, and Argentina, which is one of the crown jewels, one of the largest markets in Latin America, with just to have this leadership team with this kind of launch, with $100 million company, with their own manufacturing processes, their own plants, with patents that they own, with technology which is protected by international intellectual property rights for 20 years, When you heard Alvaro up here yesterday morning, and he just throws off this stuff. Well, yeah, I was looking at how we do these mathematical formulas, and I thought if we took this mathematical formula and we applied it to biotechnology, how would that affect how we actually got nutrients into the intestines of people? And I'm like, Billy, and I walked over to Billy, and I'm like, are you hearing? And Billy said, I got goosebumps. This is something, people. This technology, and you cannot diminish something really extraordinary that I speak just to the people who understand what network marketing is as a business model. You cannot underestimate what it means, what we have to offer, because of the sea change with FuXion. Because I have been doing this for almost 30 years. And for almost 30 years, let me tell you what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to educate people. Educate prospects. Here's what GSH is, and this is why it's important. Here's what essential fatty acids are, and why it's important. Here's what antioxidants are, and why it's important. For 30 years, I've been trying to educate people. For 30 years, I've been trying to change behaviors. Well, if you would do this, if you would stop doing that and do this instead. This is an arduous process. And people are willing to do it. And it's made me a lot of money, and it's made me very successful. But that's what I've been doing for 30 years. And you know what else I've been doing for 30 years? For 30 years, I've been begging people to invest more in products from their company than they would pay if they bought them in some other source. See, I know they sell that product in the internet for this, but here's why our product is better than that. And I know they sell that product in the supermarket or the drugstore or the department store, but here's why you should pay more from your business. Do you understand? For the first time in 30 years, me and you and everyone on our team, we don't have to change behaviors. We don't have to educate people. We don't have to beg them to pay 3, 4, or 10 times more for products than they are anywhere else. We have these $1 sachets of products made with 1,500 ingredients from the Amazonian and Mesoamerican and Andean and Orient Asian cultures, all natural, no preservatives ever, no GMO, none of that, just all natural, 1,500 ingredients, every one of which is natural, all preservatives with $1 sachets. For coffees, teas, juices, athletic drinks, energy drinks, products that 7 billion people around the world are drinking every day. We don't have to educate them, we don't have to change them, we don't have to beg them to buy. We just say, just drink healthier versions of them. And in a lot of cases, healthier versions which cost you even less. When you put all that together, if you understand that, you will not be able to sleep tonight. You will not be able to, you will go for the next 2 weeks, you will say, in the next 2 weeks, I have to find 3 to 5 people on my left and 3 to 5 people on my right who get the magnitude of this opportunity and get them locked in a spot in the structure and get them trained with the system, get locked in on the website and get on the weekly leadership webcast so they can replicate this process and get at least 3 people on the left and 3 people on the right. And we are going to start a movement. We are going to start a Take Back Your Life movement. And yes, we will be a billion-dollar company. We will be a billion-dollar company by 2020 or before. I think it'll be before, because we will put at least 1 million people we will attract to this movement in the next 5 or 10 years. So get to work. Peace.